Maybe I should start.
And welcome to the Big T Show. I am Big T, and we are back. How you doing, James?
It's great to be doing this on our first take. It's crazy how smooth this podcast runs.
Let's hold on. I always say I'm a big boomer. James, I have to check to see if this is working. What the fuck?
What?
I don't know what the fuck is going on today. Oh. Oh, we are back. We're in. Sorry about that.
You know what did it is that it was that Sopranos Columbus Day episode. I think that's what brought
Sorry
us back.
about that. Hold on. Let me just double check. We just had technical difficulties out of nowhere.
That's how you know we're making it.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. I apologize about that. I lead the show off every week, and it's been decent. Where I'm like, yeah, I'm the big boomer. I just want to make sure it's working right. And
you know, the classic Tommy Farrell bits.
yeah, listen, it's static. That was James Pontillo, you know him, friend of the show.
I jumped in too early.
No, listen. It was just very staticky. I couldn't figure it out. And then, you know, the luck of the Italian, James put on a little Sopranos clips.
I did do that.
We were talking about the Sopranos as I was fixing it, and we're here, you know?
I don't know if you heard. It's a real hidden gem, The Sopranos.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
Google it. Well, I wouldn't. It's not hidden.
There's people that don't watch it.
Yeah, well, they're called.
Let me just double check. All right, we're still good. All right, I just wanted to make sure.
If you haven't seen The Sopranos by now, I don't watch it. Because you don't deserve it.
It would almost be like that movie we watched, Ladybugs, where there have to be a warning. It's not political.
I remember when quarantine first started 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. I never saw The Sopranos.
What?
I know, and then I just watched it. I finished. It's so funny because when I started it, I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch this during COVID. And then by the time I'm done with the show, COVID will be over. I finished 6 seasons in like 4 days.
Yeah, no,
and COVID lasted like another year and a half.
Well, The Sopranos are that good.
I finished because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So I would just watch The Sopranos all day from I'd wake up late because why would you wake up early during COVID? I'd wake up at like 12 and just watch The Sopranos from 1 to 11, just 10 hours.
No, I'm just going to double check again, and we're going to get back into The Sopranos. All right, no,
great. That actually sounds better. It gets better every time you check it.
No, because the headphone was on, and I lowered the volume, and that's what I did every time. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to make sure that didn't affect anything. Listen.
I'm telling my story right now.
Well, we had an old friend of the show that didn't even know a whole season that was dedicated to Vito, where he was like, Vito's gay? Like, they shoved a stick up his ass. Yeah. But
easily the craziest thing Mateo's ever said. Everything else he says is totally coherent. But there's one rare time he had a social miscue, and, you know, it happens. Even the best of us slip up.
I wish Kira likes Sopranos. She doesn't want to, get into it. I can watch it anytime. You give me, 2...
Yeah, I'll drive and just listen to clips, tied up. Because the phone's connected to the car. I'll just listen to clips all day.
Just listen to clips? I got the
lines are brilliant.
I got the thing like an Uber driver for directions. You know, when you clip it up on the dash.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, but I like watching a movie or even a basketball game. We're going to get into your picks also.
I know the crowd's waiting at the edge of their seats.
It's a little dangerous to watch a movie or a show as you're driving, but if you know the area, you know, I understand.
No, I don't watch. I just listen.
No, I like to watch and listen.
Well, that's dangerous.
Listen, we're gonna get into James is here.
I've had too many close calls with texting and driving that I can't not look at the road anymore.
Yeah, no, listen, it is dangerous. You know?
It's just I've had too many close calls.
I hate when people say when you're like, oh, I'm driving, and they still continue to text you, like that's your cue to call me. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, I'm telling you I'm driving, and you continue to text.
Well, there's a lot of studies. More people have died from texting and driving than drunk driving. It's actually more dangerous texting and driving.
I'm doing drunk.
You know, it's not dangerous driving when you're high. Actually.
No, that's what eating edibles is. It's fucking.
I'm the best when I'm high driving. I'm so careful. I just navigate
Yeah, you don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah. No, but it is also fun to be high and driving.
Edibles on high and high is a DUI without the breathalyzer because you shouldn't be driving, but there's no way that for them to prove it.
Yeah.
Besides you looking like a bag of shit high as fuck, you know?
Yeah. Well, they're making this new push not to drive high, but I don't think it's gonna work.
It's hard to fucking prove. I don't even know what the fuck.
It's hard to poop.
I'm a little rattled from the opening, the beginning of the show, but.
Oh yeah, that was terrifying.
Well, a week ago I had a roast battle.
We were so scared.
We're gonna play that in a little bit. James has his own roast show in New York Comedy Club. Been to it recently.
Every other Thursday, come by.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about
buy
that.
2 drinks.
He just got back from a roast battle at the Netflix is a Joke Comedy Festival. Big
in
thing
Los
at
Angeles.
the Comedy Store. So we're gonna get into that. We're also gonna get into
the weather. We're gonna go over the weather.
Oh, the weather's gonna be beautiful this week.
It's gonna be a great week. Yeah.
Beautiful week ahead.
We had a terrible weekend weather-wise. Rain on top of rain. I stayed in last night. I didn't go out last night. Stayed in. Ordered food. You gotta take those nights. You gotta take those nights off.
Yeah.
For yourself.
What I was just thinking when I was thinking about I don't know what I was thinking about, but imagine the Sopranos if they made it today. Like I don't know if they can make it. But like,
well, no, James Gandolfini's dead.
Well, yeah, that's part of the reason. But
they did like Weekend at Bernie's him and just fucking
Furio's carrying him around. No, but like with all the.
By the way, that is one of the Weekend at Bernie's. One of those movies. It's such a dumb concept that they execute so well because it's such a funny
movie.
Well, that was bad.
They made a second movie,
but the first movie was so good. But it's just like if you heard it. Like if someone just like, oh, a guy dies, these guys' boss dies, and they just pretend he's alive. I'd be like, that's so dumb, but it's so silly.
What, Andrew McCarthy?
Yeah, no one's super famous, I don't think.
He was in the movie Mannequin. That was right after Weekend at Bernie's. I'm showing my age, and I guess I grew up on TV. Like,
yeah, you're 64.
Yeah, no, but it was a movie, a show. No,
movie Mannequin.
A movie Mannequin. He works. I think he's like the porter in like a Macy's. And falls in love with a mannequin, and then she becomes real. And
yeah,
he's fucking a mannequin.
That was the original sex doll.
Then he's carrying around his dead boss. That guy.
Yeah,
you know, his agent was just firing away great roles, but good movies. Good movies. It was the 90s.
Weekend at Bernie's is great.
But imagine Tony Soprano with the jokes they would have. Yeah. The writers of someone like his ilk. Where he doesn't hold back, you hear the shit he said.
Yeah, well,
but like in 2022 with all this wokeness, like about what,
or even fucking Phil Leotardo,
just the
has
things
a great
they would
line.
say.
He has this amazing line where Vito's son is dressing like a girl because they killed him. Phil had Vito killed for being gay.
Goth.
Yeah, but Phil had Vito killed for being gay. He was so homophobic, Phil. So like telling him the problems of Vito Jr. and he's just like, oh, I guess the turd doesn't fall far from the faggot's ass. And then that is the funniest line I've ever heard. I guess the turd doesn't fall too far from the faggot's ass.
That's what I'm talking about. Like lines like that.
It's outrageous. It's just insane.
Like Tony talking about trans shit. You know what
yeah.
I mean? It would probably be even more funnier than ever.
The thing about the thing about those anti-PC shows is you had to have already started when things weren't PC. Like South Park, they've been able to last because I remember watching South Park in the 90s as a kid, and they were always trying to get it off the air. It wasn't canceled back then; it was taken off the air because everything was on the airwaves. They were trying to get it off. I remember seeing newspaper articles: South Park is canceled. It said, and the show is done, and it just kept coming back because. Popular demand. Same thing with Howard Stern. They kept trying to fire him, but his ratings were too high.
I never fully got into South Park. I love it.
Wow.
And I get it. And I love everything.
It shaped my childhood, that show. I was 5. My cousin was older. He'd stay over sometimes, and he would I'd sneak out of bed to watch it, and there was just and I'd get in trouble, but. Oh, this is funny. So my parents, I'd always repeat stuff in South Park, but they didn't know I was watching it. So they thought it was my school. They're like, "What are you learning at that school?" They talked to the principal, and the principal's like, "Look, we've never used the word dildo in front of him. We don't know what this is. It might be something else." And then they caught me watching it one day. I mean, I was asking. I was like, "Hey, what's a dildo? What's a lesbian?" I'm like, what is I asked what a hand job was at 6. What the fuck? You're 6. What are you asking about these things for?
I listen. I seen the movie and I understand, especially as someone who loves
movie was great.
I'm a big component of free speech. You know what I mean? Like, because it's one of the many things
I cherish free speech.
Yeah, and they kill it. The things they push, Saddam Hussein getting fucked by George Bush or whatever.
He's getting fucked by Satan.
Yeah.
Satan. They were in a gay relationship,
and just like everything's off, not off. Everything's off. No, everything's on limits or whatever the fuck.
Nothing's off limits.
Yeah, nothing's off limits. The opposite of everything's on limits.
You found a way to make a phrase sound worse.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it happens. But it was such a good show, South Park.
But like,
it's still good.
But South Park, like you said, the last of the Mohegans.
I did not say that. I never brought that up.
I just said that.
Oh.
Like just the last of a dying breed but like you said,
there was a movie called The Last of the Mohegans.
Yeah.
I never saw it. I don't know
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Maybe probably was gay. It's a great movie. You ever see Old Country for No Men? No Country for Old Men. Jesus,
I haven't seen it in a while, but it's on.
So good.
I
watched it like a few weeks ago. It's great.
Those TikToks that tell you, hey, these movies you should see again or see.
Yeah, it's a real Western, like a true Western, crime Western. It's really good.
But back to the free speech. Oh, just even to Sopranos, like you said about Phil Leotardo saying that, like
that fag off the ass.
Like there's still these Italian guys that talk like this. Maybe not in your family, not
that funny.
Yeah.
they don't have lie. Well, yeah, I went home for Easter. I went to my aunts, uncles and stuff, and they're fucking. Their whole thing was the trans swimmer. Like, you hear it was a trans swimmer, and they're like, oh. I'm like, all right. First of all, none of you even know how to swim. No less Olympic swim. And I don't know why this bothers you so much. So, like, this is
Tony Soprano.
He would hate it.
Like,
I remember that episode they debated about Columbus.
Oh, that was a classic.
When it's like, in this house, Columbus is a hero.
Even like the Guardian.
My favorite line is when AJ's like reading this book about Columbus. Is like, oh, he's like a murderer and he was a rapist, and then Tony's like, you finally read a book and it's bullshit.
But like even like AJ was on the swimming team. Tony would have.
Yeah, he got expelled or suspended for breaking the trophies. So dumb.
Oh, that's a special pie or classic pie. I know that.
Why do they care? It's a fucking public school.
No, but the pizza they ordered, I was talking about.
What was the pizza?
It was like sausage, meatball, extra cheese. It was when you're high watching The Sopranos. If like the 10th in a row and you're fucking high as shit, and they're talking about this amazing pizza that AJ ordered that got him caught by the cops when they destroyed the pool.
Remember, I like the episode where AJ tries to kill himself.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
In the dumbest way.
No, like it was a good one in the sense like how corny AJ got. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. What was his terrible character development with him?
Yeah, just
which is the opposite. So many characters were developed so well in that show. Like Chris, you see him like evolve, and Tony, but AJ they really do a bad job with. I love one of my favorite scenes is the intervention scene when Chris is on heroin.
Yeah. You killed the dog?
Yeah.
He fell asleep on the dog.
He's like, hey, that's the boss. Oh, my favorite is when Paulie is like, oh, you say one more thing, I'm gonna smack you. And then his mom's like, good, maybe someone will finally talk some sense into him. Chris is like, oh, great, my own mother. Fuck you fucking whore.
Yeah.
And Paulie punches him in the face. How do you call your mom a whore? I could never imagine calling my mom a whore. And I've never even cursed in front of my mom.
I never called my mom a whore, but
good.
Sometimes they're out. Nah, it's all Mother's Day we're talking
about. Can I pee quick?
How
do I keep this going?
Yeah, pee quick. 14 minutes in, James couldn't hold it. But he is, to his credit, he's drinking a 40. You know what I mean? So that's old school. That's a lot of liquor or booze. I don't even know, showing my age. But yeah, we're gonna get into this roast battle soon. James is a roast aficionado. He's a writer. Amazing jokes. We're gonna break down each round. It's something I never did. We're gonna pop up the roast. We're going to pull it down, come back to us. We're going to talk about what happened because I'm not going to say who won or not, but we're going to get to that on the show in a couple minutes. But it's something where I'm going to try, like if I had a producer, the producer would be doing that shit in the beginning, or I would be, hey, put up the clip now, put up the second round, put up this. But listen, we're going to work on things. I'm going to talk to a couple of places to get out of my comfort zone, get out of the Big T studios. it's hard to get people to come to Far Rockaway. James loves it. Always comes in with bags of Managort, pizza, this, that, fucking, and we record. It's fun, but you know, we need to get more people. James is going to be involved. I'm trying to get another show going. Back to the old Big T show with the debauchery and just craziness. And I'll still do this. And it'll be not the Big T show, the show we're producing, but just something like where we have the guests, the characters, recurring characters, just you know what I mean? Musical stuff, milligram challenges, just here, eat some edibles. And then by the end of the show, the person who talked the big game is done for the count. Shit like that. And James is going to be involved, but I'm still always going to be this. Like, the reason I'm talking about that is the producer of the show. Close that door. It's better for the sound. Would be able to pull up the roast video, which we're going to pull up in a couple minutes after we just get through this intro, which just turned into a
Sorry,
Sopranos.
everyone, I was taking a massive shit.
And that was a quick one. You know, listen, and that's the bidetless bathroom, you know? I have 3 bathrooms.
I used the bidet. The hotel I stayed with had a bidet. I don't know how to use it, though.
But you said LA was a shit. Oh, we're going to get to LA.
No, it wasn't bad. I mean, yeah, we could. Yeah.
No, we're going to get into it because I want to break down this roast. Or even, no, let's get into that, and then we'll break down the roast. We'll get back to the Sopranos. Me and James, and like I said, stay tuned. We're going to try to get another show going where I'll have access to more characters and guests and a producer where they'll be bringing up videos for us, reaction videos, whatever it is. But James, like I was just saying, is here because he's gonna probably roast the shit out of me because he loves doing that. And him looking at his phone is not unprofessional. He's a degenerate gambler.
No, I'm looking at notes.
I created a monster. He's checking the score.
You're only degenerate if you lose.
Yeah, and he won today.
By the way, I have not yet. I'm doing very well.
Oh, over the weekend he won, but he who do you have? The Dodgers and the over.
And the Dodgers, they're up 4-1.
Boom,
and they're a much better team. And then I have the Sixers Heat. The over is 208. It's 53-46 in the second. That's a great sign.
How much time's left?
I think 4.5.
Oh yeah, no, it's looking good.
Looking good. Anything can happen. The Heat could come back. They could win. But
yeah, Embiid's
the
back.
Cubs could come back, but the Cubs suck dick.
Yeah, and they're playing L.A. where James just was for.
Who's playing L.A.?
The
Cubs, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where James just was roasting at the
Netflix is a joke
at the Comedy Store.
It was amazing.
To me,
there's nothing more incredible than being at the Comedy Store as a comic.
I love
it's the best spot. I think it's
you
better
think
than
it's better than a cellar.
Yes, I do 100%. There's something about it where it's just you walk in there and you just feel like the past. Like you just feel the history. Not the past, the history.
Yeah.
Like I never walked into a place and just felt like that.
There's ghosts there, they say. Comics, Joe Rogan.
They could have helped me out. No, I'm kidding. No. Are there ghosts?
Yeah.
I for sure believe it.
It used to be a mob-run place, so a lot of people have gotten killed there. You know what I mean? And fucking before it became the Comedy Store.
How do they ghosts? What's the evidence?
Just spiritual stuff. Like
what?
Just, you know what I mean? Like that door that was just closed. You feel energy. Like
I do. I believe in that.
And I talked about it when I was by myself. When me and Kira talk about someone that maybe my dad, my cousin, someone who passed away, her mom, the cameras go off up here. And the medium she went to said they're always around. And like a red balloon is their symbol, a red circle. And like that always comes up everywhere now, a red circle. And like we'll be talking about it, and then I'll get a Nest camera with no windows open that something moved up here. Wow. So you know what I mean? Like there's always these signs, and like
you'd think if a ghost would want to talk more, but they don't.
Hey, listen, they try to by leaving a light on. Like I got into it about leaving my weed closet light on, and I never do that. And I sat down to smoke on my couch, and I'm like, all right. And I told Kira I was a little high, but I was like, I'm gonna go turn this light off. I turn it off. I'm laughing because we were just talking about something like spiritual.
It could be the brain too, the mind. It could be your brain playing.
But I would never leave it on. So listen. So now I go in my bathroom to piss, and I'm sitting there high, and I'm like, I felt some energy in there, and I start laughing. I said, listen, we're not scared of you. We like this. We embrace ghosts. It's not like, ooh, scary. I come out. My closet right there, the light's on. That's how they tell you they're there. They can't. I don't think they can talk to you like, "Ooh, James."
Why do they talk like that?
I don't know.
Sounds like a black woman.
I was gonna say.
I don't.
Get me canceled.
I think. I don't know. I think people just see what they want.
No, but at the Comedy Store, they said there's in the belly room or in the basement.
That's where I was.
Yeah, and
wow. I mean, look, that'd be great.
Listen, it's 1A, 1B. Even though that's where the comedy air quotes started, I'm just New York biased as the Cellar.
I love. I mean, I like New York more, but I love the.
Oh yeah.
The Comedy Store was the best place I've ever performed in.
When I'm there, I would just go there and I tried to get on the.
Because they have like the front porch, they have a patio, people hang out.
Yeah.
They have 3 rooms. It's my favorite club ever.
All the names on
no
the wall.
disrespect to New York, but the Comedy Store is just performing in there. There's just a different kind of energy that I don't have at any other club in New York.
I tried getting on the open mic on Monday and Kill Tony. That's 2 times I was
When were
there.
you out there?
A couple years ago. Before COVID.
Did you get on any of them or no?
It's a lotto. Someone's like, yeah, no one even goes to that. I'm like, awesome. I show up. There's like 100 and something people there. I'm like, this fucking idiot.
Yeah, they couldn't have been trying to trick you.
That's what I thought after. But
For sure.
I would just go to shows because this is before everyone moved out of there. Like, they had just killer fucking shows, stacked lineups. You know what I mean? Like, Joey
LA is
Diaz,
a great
Bill
comedy
Burr,
city. LA is a great comedy city.
Yeah.
Whatever you think of it as a city, but for comedy, it's great.
I love it out there. I love Venice.
I had a great time. I did a show Monday night that was so fun.
Well,
And I really don't believe the LA stereotype that I really don't think they're mean out there. I think they're just relaxed.
were they funny?
No, not particularly. But
Well,
at the store they were, yeah.
Yeah.
The show I did, everyone killed. Like, no one had a bad set.
At the store or the other show?
At the store. The show I did that Monday night wasn't great, but what are you going to do? Monday nights are
That
tough.
could happen anywhere, but I got on. I did a couple open mics, had people come with me, and some of them were felt like a show because it was like real audience members there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One was at Bad Burger, that chain.
Yeah.
It was in Santa Monica, and like I did good. And I was laying by the pool the next day and talking to this like older lady, and you're a comedian, blah blah blah, like bullshit.
That is how old ladies talk. Yeah. They mostly blah their way through a conversation.
Oh, I'm old. I don't have much time to talk.
Literally.
And I just from bullshit or whatever, she's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm surprised my comedy worked out here. And she's like, no, like, you seem to shoot straight. There's a lot of, it's full of actors and bullshitters out there.
Yeah.
So you go and you're just direct and honest. They love that shit because they get fed bullshit by so many other Californians. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're people from Ralph's to this store. You know, everyone's.
But I found the crowds out there really good. Like, they were good crowds.
I think
they appreciate comedy out there.
A lot of transplants also. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, for sure. A lot of New Yorkers. I ran into some old New York comics I hadn't seen in a while. I just figured they quit, but they actually were in LA.
Out in LA.
That's a lot of comics. You're like, what happened to this person? And then you find out they moved to Los Angeles.
Yeah, there was a lot of comics in New York that left.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they went. Maybe they did quit after COVID.
I hope they killed themselves. That would be good.
Yeah, some of them probably deserved it. But
yeah, right.
Yeah, I love Venice.
Venice Beach is really nice.
would stay
I mean,
there.
LA, like Venice, like LA, just has a huge homeless problem. But
yeah, and like when I was there, this is 4 years ago. I would just go rent a bike and just put my water in the fucking basket in the front, and we would just drive the boardwalk from Santa Monica to the other way, and they had all these
Venice, right?
Yeah, they had all these homeless people. Venice is right next to Santa Monica, and like
Yeah.
they'd have all these homeless people, and I seen like sheriffs and cops and like sanitation workers and like fucking guys in hazmat suits, like 12 monkeys. You know what I mean? Like just like an outbreak was happening, and then I see them moving all the homeless people forward. They would come, move them forward
What's
on
a
the
big
boardwalk.
problem out there?
Clean up the shit and the needles, and then let them go back.
Well, you
every
know why
Friday.
it's such a big.
Every Friday they would do this, James. It was a collective effort.
Well, LA, yeah, in that sense, LA is gross. It's just a disgusting
Yeah.
city. It's just
And just
there's
people
homeless people and garbage and
laying on the sand with
I mean, they have like New York's
sleeping
homeless.
bag over their head, just
New York's homeless aren't that bad compared to LA. LA, they're crazy because the weather's nice, so they can just.
Some of them, like in New York, they're obviously mentally unhinged.
In LA, they're crazy.
But like they might be dressed normal. Over here, the guy will have like no shoes on, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yes.
I guess it's both, but
I mean, it's just the tents. I mean, the hotel I stayed at was in a nice part of LA, and it still was homeless everywhere. They're like the lady at the front desk. They're just everywhere. There's no nice, even the nice parts.
it's out of control, man.
New York just has like pockets of homelessness.
And like certain
Like you'll see one guy here, one guy there, but LA, it's like There's communities.
They said New York does like the best job with the home. One of the
well,
best.
we murder
jobs.
them, and that's what should be done.
How about that guy that was shooting the homeless a couple of months ago or
No.
last year? Some guy was just. I don't even know if they ever caught him. It just went away.
Is it Trump's son?
Like four. he killed 4 people in one night and just went away. We gotta see if I had a producer.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Some guy who was killing homeless people last year.
Really?
If I had a producer, I'd, hey, pull that article up about the guy with the homeless guy. Like, you ever watch The Wire?
No, I heard it's good though.
Bro, that they were killing
That's
homeless.
Baltimore, right?
Yeah, that was another good one. It's not like The Sopranos, but it was good.
Well, it's like I watch a lot of. Yeah, you don't hear about it, but like murder documentaries, like one pretty white lady will get murdered, and that's like 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Oh man, if you're a pretty white woman and you get murdered, you got a Netflix show. You want to get on Netflix, become a pretty white woman, get the surgery, and then get murdered.
Be
and
a
then you'll get
trans
a
white
show on
woman and
Netflix.
go missing.
Even better. It's crazy. All those Netflix, it's just like rich white lady gets killed. And it's always the husband.
The trans white lady would be like, first his penis went missing.
Yeah.
Then the rest of his body went missing.
Yeah.
We don't know where Steve is.
It's like, you should identify as alive. You should identify as a not dead person.
Oh, man.
We're kidding here. We're very
I'm
progressive on the podcast.
Oh, big time.
We there's literally a pirate. Oh. By the way, I and this isn't even a political stance. I still call them the Cleveland Indians. I'm not gonna call them the Guardians. I can't. It's too much. It's not a political. It's just I
was
can't
in
change.
Cleveland, and I was going over.
They must hate it. They must hate that.
Well,
the team's the
this
Guardians.
bridge that the Guardian symbol.
Yeah.
That's I read. That's why they were changing it to the Guardians.
Yeah.
And I was going over the bridge that I saw in the paper. It's not like the bridge is over here. It was just like a small overpass type bridge.
Yeah.
And I seen the cement thing. Like it's the Guardian of the city, which is pretty fucking corny. But the Indians.
It's more just about the history of baseball for me.
Listen, I don't know how the Braves still do it. They still chant, and they have a guy in the outfield. Oh,
Yeah.
Like how the fuck are they getting away?
I think
with
those
that?
are real Indians.
Nah, it seemed like a white guy with a headdress.
But Braves isn't even.
But that's the thing.
It's
like
not even that
the
offensive.
Redskins, or maybe the Redskins is a little offensive, but like
Nah, I mean they polled a bunch of Native Americans. They polled tribes of Native Americans
puts
about
them
it, and I think like something like 90 to 95% said they didn't care at all.
it puts them in a good light. Like that, it
Yeah, 'cause
shows
they
that
don't
they're
care.
warriors or something.
They
like,
own reservations. They don't care about fucking. You only care about social justice if you're like poor, kind of. If you have a lot of money, you don't care. And they own casinos.
which
That's why Asian people. That's why Asian people historically make a decent amount of money. That's why they don't get offended ever. They don't care.
Listen,
Barely ever. Like at the Stop Asian Hate, that was just white people.
it really was. It really was. But like
As white people, we have to do all that stuff.
what the fuck was I just gonna say about the Indians? Fuck. Oh, my favorite Rodney Dangerfield moment when he was in Natural Born Killers. There's a scene. He's watching WWF wrestling, and the wrestler Tatanka, he was an Indian wrestler.
Yeah,
and
Tatanka.
He's just sitting there drinking a beer on the couch, and like the girl's trying to sneak out. He's like, "Kill that fucking Indian!" Like he was rooting against Tatanka. It's such a small part of the movie.
That's great. Oh, she was Indian?
No. He's sitting.
Yeah.
He's trying to escape to go hang out with Woody Harrelson, and he's just on the couch watching wrestling, drinking, wrecked. He's like, "Kill that fucking Indian!" Like it's just.
Well, WWE in general used to be like super racially insensitive.
They said the N-word.
Yeah.
That guy Booker T or something.
Yeah.
Booker T or whatever.
They had a wrestler. He was an African wrestler, and his name was Coco Beware. He was black, and he had sunglasses, and he had 2 parrots that rested on his shoulder.
Big,
like, oh,
big
he's an
ones.
island dude. Yeah.
No, they also
just
had the African
that's
guy Kamala.
They had Kamala. He was African. He had painting, and he would just slap his belly.
He was, and he at the end of his
Very
career,
racist.
on Flatbush Avenue at St. Thomas Aquinas, they had wrestling, and he came in like.
Yeah, he was an icon, Kamala.
Yeah, he was wrestling on Flatbush Avenue in this old church gym.
Yeah, he was
it
an
fucking
icon.
awesome. Like I was a young kid. Remember?
Well,
Kamala?
WWE, they're also terrible to their employees and to their wrestlers.
How about that guy Chris Benoit? What he did to his family? You think that even happened?
Well, yeah, it happened.
Like, well, he like fucking like killed his son and his wife and killed himself. Like he was all fucked
yeah.
up.
Well, that's from what is that called? CTE when you CTE and steroids.
We watched Jackass last night.
I mean, what about what they did to Owen Hart?
They dropped him.
They fucking that harness failed like 3 security checks, and they're like, no, well, we got the show, we got to go. They couldn't just have him walk out, maybe, and just be like, well, maybe it's a risky, so let's have him walk. No, they had to have him do it, and he died. They're the worst.
I didn't know they had failed 3 harness tests.
Yeah, and the guy who runs it
failed.
And the guy who runs it was literally like, no, you should not have him go on here. Just have him walk out. And Vince is like, no, it would be more climactic if he slid down. Like, all right, but... And they did it. And they tried to cover it up, the WWE. I interned for them.
What happened?
It is so... I mean, they're just so robotic. There's no one has any personality there.
They're printing money. Well, I think they're losing money now.
They're really creepy the way they operate.
Yeah. Well, the whole family's involved.
Yeah, that was the weird thing. Triple H's office was 2 away from the one I was, from like my boss's office.
But that CTE shit is real. Like football players.
Yeah, they made a movie about it called Concussion with Will Smith, and then he beat someone up. That's the funny part.
he got a concussion, and then he was wilding out.
Yeah, I mean, it's all...
No, but this new Jackass movie... They not fought a bull again. The bull obviously kicked his ass. He got a concussion. Like
I remember watching Jackass as a kid. It was great.
This new one, it's hilarious. You know what I mean? Like they put bees on the guy's dick, on Steve-O's dick.
Hey, don't ruin the plot.
Yeah, I know. Spoiler alert. But
how old are they now?
They're old. Multiple times they smacked their head on the concrete, and it had to fuck them. Like Johnny Knoxville got a concussion during the movie. Like.
Didn't he have to apologize for using the word retard at one point?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he did.
But he has to piss through the catheter?
Catheter, yeah.
A catheter. A decatheter?
No, just catheter.
He has to pee through it. He got his dick broken from the show.
Probably, man.
Every time he has to pee, he has to catheter it.
Yeah, Catherine.
He has to catheter
No, well, that's, you sacrifice. That's what they made their name off of.
But then
I wouldn't do it personally.
I was seeing how much money they made. They only like a couple of million. Like those movies made 80.
What else could those guys do?
80, 100 million. Like they should be getting a bigger fucking piece of the pie. No?
I mean, no, I don't think they can do anything else, those guys.
You're right.
I think they're still millionaires. Johnny Knoxville still is a millionaire.
Yeah, he's the most. He has like 50.
Wow, that much? I thought like 5 maybe.
No, these guys had like 2 or 3
What'd
million.
Steve-O have?
Not much, like 4 or 5. But he's
still
a comic
alive
too. Yeah.
He probably gets money from stand-up too. Even if he gets a couple $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
I'm sure Steve-O's doing fine. Also, a regular house to him is like a mansion, so.
Oh, so speaking of Chris Rock and Will Smith, Chappelle got attacked. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I was in Hollywood the night he got attacked.
At
Hollywood.
the festival you were at, but a different
venue. Yeah, the Hollywood Bowl. Yeah, I mean, you could thank Will Smith for that. He set this off.
The guy had a fake gun, but with a bayonet. Is that a bayonet? With a knife on top of the gun.
I blame Will Smith. I think it's his fault.
No, it's
he set
it's
a
out of
trend
control. It's out of control.
Yeah, but he started it. Now everyone thinks they're like, oh, if I just rush the stage, I'll be in the news again.
Oh, that's what this fake rapper, was trying to do. He said he was coming for Chappelle too. What happens now?
First of all, this doesn't just affect comics. I think it affects all live performers.
Yeah, like now there's
Kanye West too did it to Taylor Swift. Don't ever interrupt someone when they're live on stage.
Yeah, it's unprofessional.
Just don't do it.
Of professionalism, as the beginning of the show shows. 19 takes.
Yeah, just don't do it.
What you call it?
That is the stage is sacred.
Listen,
we all get our time. We get our time to do stuff. All right. That half hour is very important to comedians. We put a lot into that half hour. So when you interrupt it, that's robbery.
But they're physically interrupting his
and that's assault on top of it. By the way, Chris Rock should have pressed charges. I don't know why he didn't.
Yeah, but now he has it. Now, like when this happened, like
I do wonder if this is gonna ruin his career, Will Smith.
He got dropped from something.
This really could have, because it's not even about the slap. It's the fact that this guy is fucking unhinged, and this guy's a maniac, and who's gonna want to work with him? But you're gonna be afraid to work with him.
That was the Oscars, right? Mm-hmm. Like we're talking Dave Chappelle, one of the best in the world, if not the best, getting attacked by some unhinged maniac. This is dangerous. You know what I mean? Will Smith's a pussy. This guy had a knife with a gun with a fake knife on it or something. Like,
now, yeah, and
they're taking cell phones away. How'd they not find this guy's gun? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. One of the things I don't get is like people are gonna be, all right, just hire some security. But the thing is, you have to pay security,
now
which means
tickets go up.
Tickets go up, drinks go up, or the comics get paid less. So that's going to hurt the comic or the audience. It's going to hurt the comic if you get security. It costs money.
The margins, obviously, I don't know much about it because I don't have...
You should open a club
those
in your asshole.
No, but like the margins are already tight. Getting audience members are already hard enough.
It's hard. Comedy is just another art form.
And people just disrespecting it recently. Even T.I., you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
heckling a girl from the crowd verbally is just as bad as physically.
Yeah. No, it's not good. You gotta... Well, it's even weird, like, how many comics at clubs don't even get paid. Like, you're the performer. It's just crazy.
Like $15, $25, right?
Something. Every comic should get paid.
No, but some... Oh, like, you talking lower end or higher end? Because some higher end, even like those...
This teller pays like $75 a night.
Oh, that's it?
For some comics,
that much? I thought it was cheaper.
Something like that. It's crazy.
I thought it was even cheaper. Like, not even like that we don't deserve more or whoever's above us.
Well, I think the problem is that comics will never unionize because there's going to be comics who want those spots, even for the low pay. So we can never unionize comics. Yeah. It's too competitive.
Like, I just need to work this out. I'll go up and...
Like, imagine a comics,
open mic,
comics union. I don't know why there's a Screen Actors, there's an Actors one. I don't know why there's
I like where you're headed with this. I'm a Teamster, 804. I was in UPS. Second career as a comic.
Nice.
What's that guy? The union head?
Who?
Just whatever, the head of the fucking comic union.
The foreman?
Yeah, union foreman. Yeah.
No, it's not foreman. It's
the human.
I think he's union leader, union boss.
I forget. Anytime I would get pulled in the office, which was like...
Oh, you were in a union?
Yeah, a couple times a week.
Was it good overall?
No, it lost its power after Hoffa died.
But I'm saying it was better than not having one.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, what'd they do for you?
I got a DUI. They couldn't fire me in my uniform.
Wow.
Yeah. So it does.
Although, if you're going to get a DUI, the UPS truck is safer then.
No,
it doesn't go fast.
It was after work, but I was still in my uniform drinking in my car. Like a fucking...
But hey, you quit.
Animal. So. Yeah, listen, I did.
What were you drinking?
Irish car bombs. A shot of Jameson's dropped into like a 3/4 cups full of Guinness and then drink it.
You could also just do that at home.
Not on St. Patty's Day. You know?
All right. Oh, so you were starting early.
No, I would always take off that day regardless of my job. Mm-hmm. And I took off the week before. I just started. I needed the money. I was trying to get off I was living on my aunt's floor. And I remember checking my check. It was a Thursday. I'm like, did he even pay me for that day? So my check was short, the money I needed. I was about to turn the truck around, pull a sick load, and hop on the train, go right to the city.
Nice.
I worked.
Did they pay a lot or not really?
UPS?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 30, it's probably up to like almost 40 an hour.
Wow. Why is it so much?
Union. They make a lot of money.
What it used to be before the union?
That was union for a long time.
Wow, that's a lot.
After 5:45, you got a 15-minute coffee break, which I never used, and it was an hour and change overtime.
Yeah, you're a hard worker. You're not gonna take those breaks.
Yeah. But how was LA? You love it? You had a good time?
Wait, I want to get more into the politics of UPS. Are them and FedEx pretty much the same in terms of how they treat their employees?
FedEx stock's worth more for whatever reason. UPS owns.
What makes one better than the other? Just
customer service. It depends on your driver. You know what I mean? Because you can like UPS and then have me as a driver. Like, I didn't get my package again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
someone keeps eating all the gumballs.
Before GPS was in the board,
yeah.
If it was raining or snowing or something, I would take the windshield of the truck. I would take all those yellow stickers. We missed you today.
Yeah.
I'd line up like 20 of them. I'd go in the back of the truck and I could pre-record each stop. So I would sit there. Bloop, not in, take it off, throw it out the door.
I did that when I worked for DoorDash. I got caught. They just disabled the app. I used to do it like a long time ago, DoorDash.
Yeah, but you would have to deliver the food.
So what would you do?
I didn't have to deliver the food. It wasn't food. You know what I mean? Like, someone was waiting for that food.
I used to eat it.
No, I would pre-record all the stuff and scan each thing and just put not in every like 3 minutes and not deliver anything and bring everything
you'd
back.
eat it, right?
No, I never would eat there might have been food in the boxes, but
Oh, so you'd be like, oh, the person wasn't home.
I would line up like 20 of those things, which is over an hour's worth of work, and just pre-record every package in the back. Like
the funny part is that was probably more work than if you actually just did your job.
I know.
That's way longer. And
by the time I went in the back, scanned each one, pre-recorded it.
Why, you could have just dropped off.
Lined up 20 info notices and then like time it. All right, 3 more minutes.
Why didn't you just do the regular? That's way harder.
I didn't want to do it.
So you did all that?
I would line up the whole thing and then like rip it down so I don't do it twice. And then,
I mean, yeah, that you sound like you just put more work for yourself.
Oh, but then if you do it quick enough, you can. Oh no, because I have to do it every 3 minutes. I was reading the paper. I was hungover. I didn't feel like working. But listen, James runs the roast battles.
Is there ever a break for the show, or is it all you go straight through?
Straight through.
Okay. What were you saying?
James runs roast battle, right?
Yeah, New York Comedy Club.
New York Comedy Club on Thursday, every other Thursday. Every other Thursday.
Bi-weekly, every other Thursday at 11.
Bi-weekly.
Always a great show.
Yeah, Nico White's the host.
Yeah.
Nico White, fucking super talented, super funny.
Very funny. We get good judges, good comics.
Yeah, James.
Crowds have been selling out. We've been selling out every show.
James knows a good comic hang also if it's not sold
hang,
out in the back there.
No food, but I think you get chips or some
listen,
pretzels.
you're there to drink and laugh, eat an edible before, during the show.
Sure.
We went after, I brought a couple of my friends. They still talk about it.
What'd they say? Which one was that? The St. Patrick's Day one?
Dan Wicks versus
that was a great one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure running a show like that.
Yeah, listen.
Because you got to make sure it's good.
Yeah, like we'll get to I was on Comedy Fight Club. Shout out to Matt Maron and them. There was a good card. One of them was probably
What was the
JT Anderson versus Joey
Russo.
Oh,
yeah. It was a black fella versus a trans person.
But they couldn't figure out if the guy was trans. A guy that just says, hey, I'm trans, but didn't put the effort to look like a woman.
You think you got to put effort in? How much effort do you want?
He looked like a guy still. He looked like you said you saw him. He had a dress on.
He had a dress, yeah.
All right, he tried. This time he looked like he dressed like in like a athletic.
Did he have any makeup on?
No, he looked like a guy, just a normal guy. Like
wow.
But saying, "Hey, no, I'm trans." Like where? Like
at least you have tits.
Yeah,
you could be like, I put the work in.
The judges couldn't understand it.
That didn't happen when I judged.
No, because he had a dress on. He tried that
dress. He some pearls. I don't know what woman wears pearls these days. Is there any women that wears pearls? That's like from a cartoon.
Does, Joe, whatever. I listen, whatever. But some of the judges like, Matt, you got to pick better talent, and that would be someone saying that to you at the roast battle.
No one has ever said that to me.
This one was a Comedy Fight Club. They're fun also. You've done them before?
Yeah. I used to be the champion of the show.
For real?
Yeah, years ago. This is like 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
But it was a fun night. Daniel F. Paraffin.
Love
Gio
Daniel
Perez
Paraffin.
Versus Claire Alexander.
Who won that one?
Gio at the end.
Yeah, Gio's funny. They're both. I mean, Claire's did very well at our spring tournament at New York Comedy Club.
Claire
she made it to the semifinal.
That was my first time seeing. I seen her name all over flyers, all over.
She's
all
very,
over Instagram.
Very funny, very talented comic.
Yeah,
she did my podcast. It was like one of our best episodes. It was like the top 3 or 4.
I liked her energy. Funny. She went to Sandy Hook.
She babysitted someone from Sandy Hook. She's from Newtown. Yeah.
Oh, and one of the killer ones from Gio was something about taking kids to the face, taking shots of kids to the face. Something, I'm butchering the joke, but
I could tell.
Because Sandy Hook, there was kids that got killed.
Yes. Yeah, I'd say so.
and
30.
And like her taking loads to the face was the premise of the fucking It was, check it out on Comedy Fight Club. But listen, we got James in the house. Besides being a hilarious comic, besides having his own roast battle show.
I'm also, I don't know if I can talk about it, but the producer of LA Roast Battle, they're actually starting a global league, global roast battle league with like London, Chicago, I think Rome, LA, and then I think Dallas. Yeah, Austin.
Yeah. 'Cause
I'm running.
I think I was on Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm running the New York.
Black dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Moses.
Yeah.
I'm running the New York section of the show.
Fucking awesome.
So we're gonna do it's like a global league, which is gonna be a lot of fun.
And you did their roast battle at Netflix.
Great.
The Joke Festival.
They are those at the LA comics who run roast battle are like the nicest people. They were so welcoming.
What about
so friendly? Even the crowd was great.
It was sick. The guy you roasted, who I love,
Joe Urell.
I love stories like this, not letting anything hold him back.
Joe Urell, he had to get carried onto the stage, which made me look like an asshole.
Wait, paraplegic?
He's in a wheelchair. He's cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
Cerebral palsy. Listen,
but just insanely funny. I mean, just a brilliant.
Listen, we joke about everything. We talked about a lot of nonsense already, in a good way, like silliness. Whatever.
I couldn't imagine. Yeah,
he's not letting anything hold him back. You have to commend that in a world full of cunts. And he's going out there and trying to be funny,
and
he's great, best of it.
And he's amazing.
And did you win?
He won barely.
He rolled over you, huh?
Yeah. Well, we both had every joke murdered, so it really kind of was just a tie. But he did win.
That's how I felt about my thing. And
Meg Felling, another retard.
Shout out to Meg. She had some good jokes. So James,
what was her best joke about you?
Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull it up.
Can I pee one more time?
Holy shit.
Then I'm done. All right, pull it up. You got to pull it up anyway.
All right, so listen, as James pisses after his second 40 ounce, he had a 40. So that's 40 ounces of urine and whatever else he drank before he got here. But listen, this is what we're going to do. James comes back. I'm going to pull it up. I got a couple of the timestamps it's tit for tat, 5 rounds. I go, she goes. We're going to break it down. We're going to go to the second one. Comment below. See me outside. Check it out on YouTube. Comment over there. Let me know if I won, if I lost. Did she kill me? Did I do good? We'll see. Well, listen, we're gonna get to that as James comes out of this. We're gonna pull it up so you're gonna be able to see it, and then we're gonna come back to it. So if you're watching it, stay tuned. James, let me pull this up as we pull this. Boom.
Up first, we have.
So yeah, I'm gonna line it up to. So when James comes, and this is where I would need a producer. You know what I mean? Because he would be able to do it and set it up to the right spot and have it ready to go. You ready to go, James? 2 minutes. I don't know if he's really taking a shit or not. Sorry. There we go. But yeah, fucking James Pontillo doing big things. Netflix is a joke. Festival, Chappelle, there was, you know what I mean? He's out there. So his perspective and he runs the roast show. He's going to either roast the shit out of me or he's going to shoot me straight on how I did with this fucking roast, how Meg did. And I don't know what the fuck he's doing in the bath twice in less than 40 minutes. That's what happens when you drink a 40. You know what I mean? I haven't had a 40 in forever. Shit, I haven't had a drink in forever. We're approaching May 31st. One of my boys, the day after my friend's wedding, whatever his anniversary is, I always ask him around whatever time it was in May. And I think I'm approaching 5 years. No drinking, no blow, no drinking, no blow, no Molly. But I haven't had a 40 in a while. Yo, what are you doing in there? You ready? A fucking bathroom break in the middle of a podcast because they have a bathroom upstairs. I have 3 bathrooms. 2 of them have a bidet. And I would never come up here to go to the bathroom because I would not go walk upstairs to wipe myself. Like, you know what I mean? Why would I want to wipe myself? You know what I mean? Like, I got 2 bidets downstairs. I don't know what. Now James is watching videos in there. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But stay tuned. Also, THC TV. We're back. My camera guy broke his ankle. I have a video. I'm doing the pop-ups now. That'll be back. We have a couple of videos in the can. We're going to record a new one soon. I'm pumped for that. No more edibles. I haven't had edibles since... Well, I had... When I went away, not on the road trips, but when I went to visit Harry in Cleveland. When I take the airplane, I'm going to take edibles. And... it was no good. When I landed in Cleveland, we ordered $120 worth of pizza. Like, that's why I stopped. But it's gonna be tough to cook this stuff that always looks amazing. And then
is that book Gardening for Geeks? Is that your
close that door for sound?
Do you garden for geeks?
Well, listen, wait till you see this garden. You've seen my garden before.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, you're Italian. You growing tomatoes in the summer? Come on. Wine, grapes? Come on. Those big green. How about those long, long green things that look like fucking 4-foot dildos? You ready, James?
Zucchini?
Nah, it's a different thing. I know what a zucchini is. All right, listen. So we're going to go. I have the timestamps of the first 1, 2, 3, the 5 jokes.
How many minutes in are we, by the way?
50. We're gonna go through this. We're gonna go break down each joke, and we'll see going forward. Maybe I can have it ready to go. Never mind. It's
Up first, we have
Bros, bro.
yeah.
We're gonna meet our opponent now. He looks like Humpty Dumpty had a bad gambling problem. Tommy Farrell.
So far, so good.
What up, Mike? How you doing, Tom?
A little too much
Ready for this
excitement up
fight?
top.
Just happy to be here.
Yeah.
5 jokes, tip
Here we
for
go.
time. Which one of you two wants to go first? Tom's going first. Meg's going second. One more
Can I
time.
talk through
Fight
it?
Club. Are you ready
Oh,
for
after
this fight?
We're gonna listen to the first round.
5 jokes starting with Tom. This fight starts now.
Meg loves potatoes. She gets depressed if she doesn't eat them. She says it on Instagram, you know. But fun fact, sweet potatoes aren't even a potato, which makes sense why Meg's a complete fucking cunt.
Which is a true fact. I googled facts.
That's great.
Tom's so fat, he won't even eat pussy without deep frying it first.
It's also funny.
Tastes better, you know.
So you're winning so far.
Have a seat. All right. So what?
You won that first joke for sure. You killed her on that
Listen,
one.
I googled.
That first joke was great.
Because her Instagram handle's poor potato face.
Yeah, you could have even. I mean, that first joke you could have trimmed down. It was
Yeah.
funny.
You were telling me about the
You could have said
fatness.
like Meg's like a sweet potato because she's nice. No. Yeah, I don't know. Just what does she have in common with a sweet potato?
Nothing. Well, that's the
Because
thing.
she's flat or whatever. And then the third, it could be the cunt line.
All right. Well, listen. This is
Rule of
why
threes.
James is here. We're breaking it down. I'm gonna learn. But I went on her Instagram and I just wrote notes. And I went on the old roast battle. And I found out little details,
Yeah, I mean,
like
that
she had a miscarriage. You know what I mean? Like little.
See, that's hilarious.
I'm writing everything down. And yo, James, I'm so inspired to write real jokes now.
Yeah. All right.
Like take Meg out of it. So you do.
So
listen,
you won the first joke.
All right, cool. Now let's go to the second one. Let's see.
I mean, it was yeah.
Up first, we have an undercard match.
Yeah, you know, my Instagram handle's poor potato face. And like a potato, a face is better off when it's covered in something salty.
Decent.
But it's a thinker. You hear?
Oh yeah. Hold on. It didn't take me long to think.
Tom hasn't had sex in so long he contracted crabs from a toilet seat just to keep his dick company.
You're winning so far, and her
All right, sit
voice
down.
is very annoying.
All right, so
What is wrong with her voice?
I don't know.
She sounds like she's gargling cum.
So I when I talked to another comic who I bounced jokes off of,
You won the first two jokes.
but I said that one I was gonna go skeet 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 skeet,
No.
and he goes, no, they're gonna know what you're talking about. And in the moment at that room, I said it. And it took for a second. Then you hear people like, "Oh, come!" You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It took them a while to think.
And sometimes those are the best jokes.
I'm not a thinker's man comic. I'm very
Thinking man's comic.
Yeah, I'm very blunt and to the matter of fact to the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for me to have a thinking man's joke, and
It
that
is,
one,
but it was funny. It was well written.
and her to say that I don't have sex, like
Come on.
like,
Come on.
that's such a fat phobia and fat
No, but
stereotype.
here's the thing. That's why that joke didn't work because you look like a cool fat guy.
Yeah,
like
it-
you're not like I don't know. You're not like a
Without
sloppy
saying
mess.
anyone
Like,
that-
you,
of
you
all-
wear nice clothes. You have nice hats.
Yeah,
like, you clearly have money. I mean, not now, depending on who's winning, but
All right, so the first two rounds, you would say I'm winning.
yeah, you're ahead so
All
far.
right, so let's round 3. Let's pull this up. I hope this is translating well to.
Up first,
It's a pirate, wouldn't
Oh,
get any
wait,
like.
oh, wait a
Keep his
minute.
dick company.
It's a little bit of
Toilet
a-
seat just to keep
A little
his
bit of
dick
an act out
company.
here.
Hey, that's okay.
Meg loves animals. She loves dressing a cat up as a pirate. Because if she dressed a pussy up as a pirate, it wouldn't get any likes. Arr, no one wants to see that booty, you scallywag bitch.
Nah, I don't like that. That's stupid. It's too disconnected.
Tom, you're a big gambler, right? Yeah? You like that? Tell me, what are the odds of you making it to 50?
Oh, see, Tom, the act out, you were doing well. The act out is so hacky.
Well,
And that wasn't even a funny act out.
she dresses.
And then she crushed you with that joke.
She dresses her cat up on Instagram. I'll have to leave that part out.
But
listen.
don't ever do an act out. If you're funny, you don't have to do an act out.
All right,
And you had good jokes.
Dude,
Dude, to go from that salty joke, which is so brilliant, to that terrible act out.
all right, listen. It's my first roast battle.
No,
I'm learning. I'm gonna
teaching
learn.
you.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn from that. I'm gonna learn from that.
You should have had a fat person come back.
That's
Like,
what.
yeah, because there's more of me to hate you or something.
I should have had more of. No,
more of me to hate your dumb fucking face.
I was on the road and I got a sinus infection, and then when I got back, like all the ideas I had, I started writing them out and whatever. I probably, if I wasn't sick as a dog, I probably would have did more work with the in between. Like I was just so excited to tell my jokes. You know what I mean? Like I could have had more comebacks in the middle that you see the good roasters have and do. You know what I mean? Like you just said. All right, there's two more, James.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, this one is.
But now it's tied.
Up first, we have an
She sucker punched him.
But that being
Hold on.
bisexual.
Yeah?
Ooh. Megan, a boyfriend, a bisexual. Well, Meg's bisexual. A boyfriend just fucks dudes in the ass to get the smell of a rotten pussy off his dick.
That's good. What else? You got him back.
Tom says he recently lost 20 pounds, which is crazy. I didn't know a foot weighed that much.
That was a good
You
one.
clearly have feet, though.
That was a good one by
You
Meg.
do clearly have both your feet, so points off for that.
Yeah.
So now I'd say it's tied. I mean, this is a
Well,
dead heat
you
tie.
said it was 2-1. Then she had that one with the pirate.
much bigger, and then that one was kind of even.
I get the diabetes joke, but like you said, I have both my feet. Now
For
this
now.
last one, I was so excited I didn't deliver it clean. So maybe if they took points off for that, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Well,
Well, let's see what you're talking about.
yeah, let's pull this up. I appreciate you doing this, James.
No, I love roasting.
first-
Come on, it's my favorite.
That was fun.
That Chef Boy.
Gotcha, bitch.
Poor potato face Meg over here. Fortunately for her, she has had a miscarriage. So now two of her favorite things, potatoes and a dead fetus, are both covered in fucking dirt and can be dug up with a shovel.
I mean, that could have been great if you didn't
I know.
take so long.
I flushed the miscarriage. But yeah, no, I do think about this sometimes. It's like, yeah, I've had a miscarriage and I thought that was the worst thing that could happen to a woman. But then I remember there are some women who have had sex with Tom.
Yeah, you should have won.
Perfect.
I will. Oh, sorry. That wasn't the joke. But sorry. But yeah. Tom, I will give it to you. You do have big, beautiful, juicy titties.
I put my shirt on. Show my tits.
I really wanted a pair, so I asked who did his, and he said Chef Boyardee.
Now I think you should have won that.
I don't like the way she said Chef Boyardee. She didn't flow. Listen, my joke started.
Italian, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounded like a European version of Chef Boyardee.
Yeah. No, I think you should have won. I think you got robbed. Not badly, but you got robbed.
Bro, unanimously, they and I just ruined it. If anyone's watching, do you want to hear what the judges have to say?
Yeah, but I think you won that one. I think you did better.
And listen, we could talk during what the judges have to say.
Yeah.
Up first.
Great, by the way. You did this well.
Front row seat to that.
Winner of this fight, Meg Fowler.
Oh, look,
Radio shows.
listen, it's the audience.
We'll go to our judges fight club. We'll start with you. Do you think the winner of this fight is Tommy Farrell? Or is the winner of this fight Meg Fowler? That's about even for the crowd. Robbie Good, we'll come over to you. What do you say?
Well, the real winner was seeing Tom's ass crack right at the end of
Show my tits.
I had a fucking front row seat to that. Good God. I think it was because it didn't even get that big of a laugh. It just was, oh, Jesus. That was fun. That had all the energy of an autistic kid meeting his favorite porn star. You know what I mean?
That's great.
Oh, I've jerked off to you so many times, man. What a wonderful day it is to meet you. That felt like a transplant meeting a local in New York, you know what I mean? It was real Limp Bizkit versus No Doubt. That's what that felt like. I really like Pop War, that's fine. Tom, as an impressionist, I have to give it up. That was an awesome impression of a pirate. Did you rehearse that? You're like, Tom, you're gonna nail it. Arr! You got it, kid. You fucking got it. I feel so bad. You seem like such a sweet guy, but I do think Meg won. But great job, both of you. Very fun.
That's one vote for Meg Felling. Stuart Fullerton, your thoughts?
100% Meg, not just
100%. How is that 100%?
I will say, you guys remind me of like every couple in the South. Like you're like a gorgeous, put together blonde woman, and then like he's like the
How is that
most
100%,
hideous man ever,
James?
but he does own a boat, you know. So you stick with him for the boat. I gotta give it to Meg.
Another vote for Meg Felling. Lover, what do you think?
This battle looks like a woman who calls the cops on black people, and he looks like the cop who shows up. I've done this 1,000 times. I love also his audacity to call her a potato face.
Yeah, I look like a
That's
potato.
unbelievable. Like, he had some really funny shit. I really like that.
This is actually the debut of the genderless Mr. Potato Head.
It's a potato head with a gun.
No, I felt like he was gonna give me a
I
compliment.
think she was very funny for a woman, and I will give it to her. I liked her energy too. You had good shit. Just like delivered a little more confident. That was funny
listen,
stuff,
I'm used to
man.
getting on stage
Hands up,
and
I
rocking
give
and
her-
rolling.
Another vote for
different
Meg
energy
Felling. She's
going
got
there,
it wrapped
waiting,
up,
all
but
day.
Chris Scopa, final thoughts.
Yeah, it's definitely Meg.
Definitely Meg, 100% Meg.
No, I thought you should have won them.
But like,
I don't quite know what they're doing. I thought you won them.
listen, I'm not.
I would be honest if I didn't think you won. I thought you won.
And James, like,
it
just
was close. I think maybe just because she's the woman.
But the fact that they're saying 100, the girl said 100%.
Yeah,
Meg,
well, that happens
well,
sometimes.
listen, I'm not bitter. Meg,
Who had the last joke? Was it her?
yeah.
That
The
that
chef?
factors into it. Yeah, that factors into it a lot. Whoever gets the last joke.
That's
is
why
who they remember.
Gio was probably losing, and then he brought that Newtown, whatever.
Yeah.
What's that cool? Sandy Hook.
We should watch one of my old roasts. Just kidding.
No, next time we'll have it lined up.
Nice.
But
I mean,
listen,
I could if you want to do a round of one of mine. I could demonstrate.
I'd have to do. I don't know. I'd line that up. I don't know exactly what I was doing. But yeah, fucking. I'm not bitter in any sense. I wanted to have a roast master, a champion himself, James, to help break it down.
What's up? How you all doing?
But listen, the fact that they were saying 100%.
Yeah, no,
that's not.
You were done wrong.
Yeah, and listen,
but there's been bigger robberies. I mean, I've had battles where I clearly won, and I'd get taken away.
Awesome.
That
jokes.
was about tied. You
Yeah,
maybe had a slight edge.
that's what I'm mad about. The 100%. That's.
I mean, yeah.
Clearly, Meg. Like, what are you talking about? Clearly. And listen,
Yeah.
it's my own fault for not delivering the jokes cleaner. But listen,
you gotta tighten. Always tighten.
Yeah, I want to learn from that. But yeah, thank you, James. I don't know how that's going to translate well onto the video, but we'll see how it works. You know,
it'll be great.
And there was a little thing. It looked like picture in picture. Maybe I'll mess around with that for next time. So we could sit down. We can watch.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm learning technology, James. This is
yeah.
as we go to watch is.
Yeah. It did take a while to get plugged in, but once we did, we took off.
Well, listen, there's some other shit going on. We'll end it a little bit, but the Amber Heard.
Oh, this is the best story of the year.
Yeah,
it's a defamation trial. I guess he's
a
saying
lull.
that.
You know, mate, right before the summer, people. I mean, the year.
Oh, this is gonna heat up the whole summer.
But like, it came at the right time. You know what I mean?
It's first of all, it's the whole trial is just theater. It's just fun to watch.
He's
and
a
I
character.
don't take it. He's such a character. I would not take. Yeah, there's no.
The way he talks and shit.
This is clearly just for ratings, and it's great. It's just great. I mean, she's such a she's such a lunatic.
I've been
That
out.
she makes him look normal, and he's not normal, but she makes him seem normal.
I've been with chicks like that.
She's a liar. You could tell. You know how I know she's a liar?
Physical.
Yeah, physical, and but she lies. You know how I know she's a fucking bullshit liar?
You were about to go. You were about to go.
It's because they record that Johnny Depp's walking by, and it's like all their lawyers there and everything, and she like jumps out of the way like she's afraid of him, which is such bullshit. Because even if he hit her, he's not gonna do it in court in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And obviously, that just showed me like, oh, she's just making this. She's trying to milk it.
You know what I mean? Like that.
A bad one.
Yeah.
A very bad one. I hope he wins and just. I don't even know what the punishment should be. I just hope he wins. He's the coolest person ever. He's been so cool at this trial.
Have you ever heard the Mel Gibson tapes?
You should suck my dick because I deserve it.
Yes.
Great. Can you play that?
I want to get that T-shirt made.
Can you play that? Who was he talking to? His wife?
His girlfriend, or ex-girlfriend at the time. Listen, if you haven't seen
Can
this,
we play that clip?
I will have it lined up. I don't know. I would have to save it from my phone. I need a producer. We need a producer.
Yeah. Mel Gibson was so funny.
Listen, go and find this.
The crazy thing about Mel Gibson is that he's actually a very good actor, too.
Creates great movies.
He's
like
a great
opposite of
filmmaker.
Amber Heard.
Yeah,
maybe
she
she's a
makes
good actress.
garbage.
I'm not a movie buff.
No,
but,
she's not.
There's a line. He goes, "Shut up and smile and blow me because I deserve it."
I mean, come on. Who could argue with that?
Smile and blow me
because I deserve it. Once the I deserve it part, men really rose up. They're like, this is for us.
There was like 5 hours of Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton breaking it down, and I continue to listen to it. It's just, he loses it. There's more than just that.
They make fun of him on South Park. So funny, too.
He says the N-word. I don't even know how he still... You know what I mean? He says the N-word, and then Jim Norton references the N-word by saying it. It's this is not that long ago. You know what I mean? But it's pretty wild. Check it out. Next time James is here, I'll have it pulled up, and we can go through and listen to some of them and see what they say. See what they say. See what we say and laugh about it.
It is a very funny case. I mean, she shit on his bed, which is just wild. You have to be a real psycho bitch to do that.
They asked, like, how do you know it wasn't the dogs? He's like, I have 2 miniature pomegranate teacups. And it was a fungi or something. Like, he made a funny word for shit.
Yeah, because he's hilarious. Now, this whole case is like, what happens if a bad actor tries to go up against a good actor? Because Johnny Depp's such a good actor. He plays a crazy person so well.
He's playing the pirate. I'm speaking of the pirate.
He really is acting like a pirate up there.
He's talking like...
There's one such great line. I don't know if you saw it. They're trying to... Her lawyer is trying to get Johnny Depp to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm way tougher than her. Like I'm more of a threat to her." And they're like, "Well, you'd say that you're a lot physically bigger than Amber Heard, right?" And then he's like, "No, I wouldn't say that." He's just calling her fat. Just the way he's just like, no. He couldn't even admit he was bigger than her. Oh, it was so funny. She looked so sad when he said that. She looked like she was about to cry when he said that. Because that's just because women hate being called fat. It drives them crazy.
It drives me crazy. Let alone if I was a woman. You know what I mean? I'm a guy in a boss.
Yeah.
Like he's still in pirate mode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This should be the next Pirates of the Caribbean.
So how'd you know it wasn't your dog's crap? Because I found it. I seen it fell out of her booty.
How many Pirates of the Caribbean were there?
I don't know. I only seen the first one.
Was it good?
I liked the first one.
It's a good series,
it
right?
It seemed real. Then they became like Ghost or something.
Yeah, so you can't be doing that.
I like the spirits here.
There's 5 of them, right?
I think that one was like a ghost ship. I don't know. They started losing me after the first one. But now she's coming out saying he stuck bottles of liquor inside her.
In her pussy?
I'm laughing. I'm laughing at your response, not to the.
Wait, he shoved bottles of liquor.
Allegedly, but sometimes,
why?
I've been with crazy girls.
They make
sometimes
stuff
no, they want you to shove anything in me. They want to get off. They want to go to the next level. I know.
She seems like the type too. She seems nuts.
You're doing coke. You're drinking, and you're like. you have like 4 fingers in, like put a 5th one in. Oh, what's now? Put that wine bottle
Yeah.
inside me. Like,
Yeah, I totally believe that.
it's not everyone. You know what I mean? Like, but even if it's 0.001%, which is 300 women in the world want this, she might be one of those 300 women that want a wine bottle inside her. Don't want this fucking videos, women dropping softballs out of their pussy on like Pornhub. Like, there's people doing weird shit out there. You know what I mean? And once you get involved, a lot of booze and cocaine, shit gets weird. Like this fucking trial. You know what I mean?
remember I was with a girl once in college. We were having sex, and she wanted me to like pretend I was suffocating her. Like she wanted me to like take like the blanket and like pretend. I'm like, I'm not doing that. What if I actually do it?
Listen, James,
by accident.
I was in a bad relationship. I'm not going to say when, so no one can try to pinpoint the person.
Hear that, listeners? You're not getting shit.
But like, she would ask me to choke her, and I never really did that before, and I was doing it. And then the relationship, like it would happen during sex, and like would have makeup sex, and she would ask me to do it.
I just don't trust anyone
it felt
enough.
too good because I hated her that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that age-old story. Like you start hating the girl so much, it feels good when she's asking you to choke her consensually. You know what I mean? I would never. You know what I mean? Like later on in the relationship, she would put her hands on me. I wouldn't lace her up, but during sex,
good.
You know what I mean? But during sex, if you, I'm not gonna hit you, but I would choke. Like they get off on that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like,
hear that, men? Take notes if you want to get a woman wet.
There's one miscommunication during sex once. I was messing around different positions with this girl back in the day, and like
the bad one, right? The bad girl.
No, she was cool. This one, and like, she was like talking during sex about like sort of choking her or whatever. Like, something about
where was this in Rockaway?
Yeah, like 3 apartments ago. And like during sex, I started like I never did this, so I'm like gingerly putting my hands around her neck. She's like, "What the fuck you doing?" I'm like, "You asked me to choke you." She's like, "No, I didn't." I said, "Grab the back of my neck when you were fucking me doggy style." Like, you know, she liked when you grab the back, and I'm sitting there like, I never did this before, like semi choking her. That's before I ever choked a girl consensually. You know.
Wow.
But yeah, this trial, they're on a 2-week break. Like what?
That's how you know it's not that serious.
A 2-week break for what?
I don't know. It's a lot. They're
you
there
see
all day. Imagine being the jury on this. That would be awesome.
Listen,
they'd have so much fun.
That's all I wanted was jury duty when I had UPS because they would pay me for 8 hours instead of working that shitty job. I would go there and be like, not guilty. Sorry, not guilty.
Can you imagine holding up a murder trial because you don't want to go back to work?
James, I'm not being facetious, whatever the fuck the word is. I'm being serious.
By the way, a lot of these juries are really dumb.
Did you hear what I did with the info notices to not work? I would go there like, so what do you want to do today? Chinese, pizza?
Nice.
Every day they want to go home to their family. I'm sitting there getting paid 8 hours a day UPS. I would drag it on forever.
What would you do there? What would you do at work?
No, the jury duty.
Oh, yeah.
And they're trying to give
No, I'm saying, what would you do at work during the day?
I would jerk off in the bathroom and I would take a shit. Like, anything to waste time.
Yeah.
Just anything.
Which, doesn't that just make the day go by longer?
In hindsight.
I feel like working makes it go by way shorter.
But now you don't have to do it at home.
That's true. We learn stuff here. We learn a lot of things on this podcast.
No, but did you see the videos coming out? She has a drug problem.
I know. I can tell.
She's sniffing. It looks like she's jacked up on the stand.
She probably is. She's a lunatic.
Moments where it looks like she's sniffing something in a napkin. People are breaking this down.
No, she doesn't seem well. Like, Johnny Depp seems fine. He seems very cool and just in character. He's answering the questions intelligently, full sentences.
The way he talks with it is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, well, come on. They should make a movie about this trial.
Like, he talks like the guy from Hunter S. Thompson.
They should make a movie about this and have Johnny Depp in it, but not Amber Heard. Have someone play Amber Heard.
Who would play that bitch?
I don't know. Someone better.
Anyone. But, yeah, man.
But there's been so many studies on her. Like, there's these YouTube videos how, like, breaking down how she's a complete liar, like how you know she's lying, like the bad acting. And they have like these body language experts too. They could tell by certain things you do with your body language if you're lying or not.
I do that all
the
time.
Like, people who are lying tend to like sit back more. They want to be away from the question, kind of.
I sometimes like comics on stage or I'm watching something I look for physical clues, the lack of eye contact, the arm touch, whatever it is. They're very telling if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's what
I sound like a complete psychopath.
No, that and they try to overload with information. They try to put a lot more details than they have to.
Like over covering their ass. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, the eye contact thing could be tricky because some people know that means you're lying, so they'll look more in your eyes. Like
That's hard to do.
I know.
It's like serious. When you look at someone's eyes, they're like, and they don't blink, and they're looking back like, this is weird. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, look away.
Yeah. Pulling off a lie, that's great. You ever do that before?
Holding?
Like pulling one off, like having a lie land successfully. That's great.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you gotta.
Yeah.
I hate doing it, but sometimes you have to.
Yeah, people put you in that spot. Like, oh, why didn't you answer my phone call? Like, oh, now I gotta lie to this.
Wait, I lie, I don't like you?
Yeah.
Come on, imagine a world where you were just so honest.
They made a movie about it. It was pretty good.
What was it called? Liar, Liar?
Yeah. But we should do a new one where it's like the triple.
I saw Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Oh my god, that movie fucking sucked. I saw it on the plane ride to LA. I thought it was like a cult classic. It's so boring.
How long was the flight? 6 hours?
5.5. I would have rather the plane crashed than watch that movie. Have you ever seen it with Jim Carrey? It's his worst movie.
No. Oh, nah, never seen it. But James, that was 1 hour and 15.
Wow, that's long for us.
We started off with a little technical issues, some Sopranos.
Yeah, we got to eat now.
Yeah, we got a lot of
dinner
food downstairs.
Here. You can't have dinner with us.
Well, yeah, listen. Thanks, James Pontillo. Any shows coming up? What do you got?
No, just roast battle this Thursday at New York Comedy Club.
Who's on it?
We got a good crowd. Ilya Laxon.
With the beard?
Yeah.
Oh, he's so fucking good.
He's main event. Who else?
Also,
we got Dave Sheehan, Fluke Human. They're doing it.
Dave Sheehan.
Fluke Human, you know.
Yeah, I know Fluke.
That's gonna be a good one.
Also, I'm gonna try.
We got a couple. We got a good roasted battle from the Grove show. It's gonna be on the New York Comedy Club one.
That's what I wanted to get into because there's Comedy Fight Club. Shout out to Matt Maron, those guys, Mark Henley, Ben Miller, all the. How about I love the DJ, the fucking Don't Believe Woman, Derek Gaines,
no.
Derek. Well, anyway, then there's the show you run at New York Comedy Club.
Yeah.
And then there's Dan Wicks at Grove 34, right? Are you part of that?
It's called Roasted.
Roasted at Grove, right?
Yeah.
And that's shout out to Rob Rigo and
Derek Warner. They're the owners.
Derek Warner, super cool,
great guys.
And
then yeah. So it's Roasted at Grove 34.
And
it's kind of a feeder show, they call it. It feeds into, we take some of those battlers who do well and we bring them to New York.
Nice.
They could potentially be part of the global league that's opening up.
When is that happening?
I think June or another month. Mid-June.
Awesome. Congratulations, James. You're doing, listen, besides being all over the city, now this, hosting the roast show, picking the talent, like that. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
a lot of fun, yeah.
And all over the city. Every time you open Instagram, you see a boomerang of James performing everywhere. Like legit everywhere.
Boomerangs, people.
Everywhere.
They're the future.
And listen, we'll get into next time about me being on the road. Maybe we would have to.
You were in where? Rhode Island and Georgia?
We were in Georgia for 2 days, and then
you got paid?
Yeah, South Carolina, and then we were in Ohio, Kentucky, and Virginia.
Wow, just different spots?
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
That's fun. You just drove the whole time?
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah.
But shout out to Dominic and Mike.
But you guys all got along driving together?
Fucking hilarious. I mean,
yeah.
It was just a lot of jokes. Once the guard's down, and
you
realize you're in the.
I've done some road gigs. I've done some boring road gigs with like the comics weren't fun to hang out with. I've done some great ones too.
It was just, me and Dom fucking were howling. Mike's fucking in the back as the equalizer. You know what I mean? Like it was an awesome time. Shout out to those guys. But yeah, we should fucking book like a triple run.
Let's do it. Hey, I'm down to. I'm down to do like New England, like Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, down to Boston. Just keep going down till you get back to New York, Rhode Island.
I like it. But stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for some sort of collaboration, me and James, outside this studio, so we have more guests, more freak shows, more characters, more entertainment. Like I'm telling you, we were brainstorming downstairs. Stay tuned for that.
Folks downstairs.
Yeah, it's downstairs.
You know downstairs where that is.
They know where the fuck we're at.
Yeah.
But listen, there's been another episode of the Big T Show. Check out the Fight Club on Comedy Fight Club on YouTube. And remember, be the person you are when you're high. See you next week.